Death of. 1 hour ago, young and restless Victor died peacefully at his home. Today's very sad, loudly crying news. The day the light dimmed, remembering Victor. It was a quiet morning in Genoa City, the kind where time seemed to stand still, and the world outside felt miles away. But within the walls of the Newman household, hearts were racing, echoes of disbelief and sorrow pulsing through the rooms like a whispered prayer. Just an hour ago, the beloved patriarch of the Newman family, Victor Newman, had passed away peacefully at his home. The news rippled through the community, shattering the tranquility of the morning with waves of grief and nostalgia. Victor, for many, was a titan, a formidable force in both the corporate world and the lives of those he loved. His larger-than-life personality had woven itself into the very fabric of Genoa City. The moment you heard his name, images of power struggles, passionate loves, and fierce loyalty flooded your mind. He was a man who thrived on challenges, who faced life with an indomitable spirit, and who left an indelible mark on everyone around him. As rumors of his passing began to circulate, members of his family gathered in the estate. Nikki, his soulmate, felt an ache in her chest that she feared would never subside. They had weathered storms together, overcome heartbreaks, and celebrated victories, yet the emptiness left by his absence felt insurmountable. She recalled their first meeting, the spark that ignited a complicated yet beautiful love story that spanned decades. With tears glistening in her eyes, she could almost hear his deep voice, telling her that he would always be her shield, her protector. His children, Victoria, Nick, and Adam, each felt the weight of his legacy in different ways. Victoria, fiercely independent and the rightful heir to his empire, had learned from her father's guidance, or sometimes, his ruthless tactics, as she navigated her own path. She couldn't shake the feeling of having lost not just a father, but also a mentor and a pillar of strength. As she stood in the grand living room, memories flooded back, boardroom battles, heartfelt conversations, and even heated arguments that only solidified their bond. Losing him felt like losing a part of herself. Nick entered next, his brow furrowed with a mixture of grief and anger. There had always been a complicated relationship with his father, marked by misunderstandings, yet there existed an unbreakable thread of love. "Dad, why did you have to leave so soon?" he thought bitterly. The memories of their last conversation rattled in his mind, a heated exchange that ended without the peace he so desperately sought. Nick felt acutely aware of the void Victor left behind, a giant absence that could never be filled. Adam, always the black sheep, felt a pang of regret course through him. Their bond, often tested and strained, had moments of raw honesty and fierce love. Victor had believed in him when others did not, pushing him to strive for greatness, sometimes through tough love that left scars. Adam had unfinished business, words unspoken, apologies unmade. As he stood by the window, watching the sun cast long shadows on the lawn, he felt the weight of unexpressed sorrow pressing down on him. Outside, the town buzzed with shock. As news spread, fans of Victor and the Young and the Restless, the show that had brought him to life, mourned the loss of an iconic character who had defined a generation. Social media exploded with tributes and heartfelt messages, reminiscing about his memorable moments, the passionate romances, and the dramatic plot twists that had kept viewers glued to their screens for years. "Rest in peace, Victor," read countless posts. "You will always be our Newman." The phrases echoed in the hearts of those who had followed his journey, drawn in by his complexity and charisma, by his triumphs and failures. They knew him as a part of their lives, a reminder of strength, resilience, and the thrill of drama. As the sun began to set, casting golden hues across the skyline, the Newman family gathered to honor Victor's life. They would tell stories filled with laughter and tears, reminisce about the man who had shaped them, and commit to carrying forward his legacy. Though Victor may have left this world, his spirit would live on in their hearts, forever a part of the enduring story of love, power, and the relentless pursuit of ambition that characterized not just the Newman family, but the very soul of Genoa City. The light may have dimmed with Victor's passing, but the echoes of his life would continue to inspire those who loved him, proving that even in loss, there can be a celebration of all that he had given, a legacy that would truly never fade.